Abundance Thursdays with Walter Morello and the great Vinney Chopra. Vinney, welcome, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Walter, brother. I am so pumped up, so excited. I mean, Vinny's always excited, but I'm really excited. Spring is coming, summer is coming. Look at, colorful shirts. I mean, hopefully I can wear all different prints I own in my wardrobe.
So every week we'll get something new from you. I noticed you're
You
not
bet.
wearing the hat today.
No, I'm not. I wanted everybody to see I do have hair.
Well, that makes one of us.
I know, one of us. Yeah.
So that's proof you don't need to be bald to be successful, right?
100%. 100%. I totally agree. I totally agree with you.
So
For
Vinny,
sure.
today, I want to talk about commitment. I think it's one of the things that stops people from being successful. Most people are very selfish. They won't commit to other people. They won't commit to themselves. People are afraid to commit. So, in my opinion, if you want to make a lot of money, you've got to make big commitments. So what have you found to be true in commitment, and what is one way people can start making commitments to themselves and to the people around them?
I'm so glad you asked that. That's a huge topic, because commitment really brings results. Commitment really gets us focused, and commitment really brings the value to the things around us. If we are committed to the cause, we are much more productive, efficient, and we are also aligned with the world. Last week I think we talked about if the man is right, the world is right, in one of our things. And commitment is a huge part. Most of us, we like to get committed, but to what level? Am I committed 10% or 40% or 100%? To the cause. And that is so important, because where does the cause come from is from our whys, the whys of accomplishing any kind of, a goal, let's say goal. Because if we are not committed to the goal, if we don't have in our mind total passion why we were doing that particular, let's say, activity, because goals brings down to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I mean, goals are goals, dreams are dreams. I always say that, right?
So let's say one of the goals is to build 100 millionaires, right? So let's say that's a goal. Use that as an example.
I love it. Let's see, you and I are so passionate, and your team and us, to make 100 millionaires. Then it boils down to, okay, who are the people, right? We are working with, where they are coming from, and then what their successes or failures. We need to love the failures. See, many times we just feel like everybody's successful. That's not true. Where you are and where I am, the thing is, we go through life just like everybody else. We do. We go through ups and downs just like everybody else. But it's the commitment to the cause that brings us up. And we say, you know what? So what if I did not have a good day yesterday? So what? This thing happened. So what? That's a good word. So what? So what? It happened, and it had to happen. I believe in that. I believe 100% what is happening to us is because of who we are. And some good situations, some bad situations. But the more we think about positive situations, I can promise everybody listening to us today that positivity will come in your life. Your things will change. It's just the law of attraction we talk about. I'm going to come back to that 100 million in a second. But the thing is, you got to definitely have the positive. And it's not me alone. Please look into Google, look into YouTube, and say, what brings positivity in your life? Just Google that. Just see the YouTube. How can I bring more positive things in my life is another, choice. But let's talk about 100 millionaires. So it really boils down to looking at right smack into our mirror, who wants to be a millionaire? Okay, are they committed to it, first of all? And the commitment will come. Do they know? Do they know what it takes? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Holy cow. I enjoy. I enjoy the life. Look at these little duckies. Oh my gosh. There's so many of them with a beautiful fountain.
That's one of the reasons it makes sense to be a millionaire, right? You can walk whenever you want.
It's so exciting. Like I mentioned, 7 days a week, about hour and a half, even 2 hours. Sometimes in my neighborhood, I love it. I love it. It gives me time to think and really energize and reset myself, every morning with the miracle morning. But let's talk about, 100 millionaires, 100 individuals. And I think I mentioned maybe a couple of weeks back, out of 1,000 people, or 100 people, only one will be rich. What? Just 1%. And then the next four will be moderately rich. So that's top 5% of the population. But the 95% will be, again, we could bring that down to from 95 to another lower percentage, let's say 15 more percent. So now we are into 80-20, right? Yep. So the top 20% of the population in USA and across the world, I think it depends on the means and everything. How can somebody reach that millionaire status? So we need to look at why we want to be a millionaire. See, I think that's where it all boils down to.
It comes back to the why. To get the commitment, you got to go to the why. Why it's important to you.
You got to. And then write it down in writing in the paper why I want to accomplish that goal. What will it bring? See, it's not the destiny, it's not the target, but what it's going to bring to you mentally, physically, spiritually, to your family, to your brothers, sisters, family like that, and your children and your wife. And what will it give you the freedom? What are some things that you want to do? And you just put them in present tense. I want to take my family to Disney World. I want to take my family to Europe. I want to, rent a villa, over there in Germany on the peak of the mountain. And so that I can just, give that experience to my family so that they see how hard or smart I'm working and bring the value to them. So dedicating ourselves to somebody other than us. See, that's the other thing. I have performed very, very well in 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. When I say that I'm going to pay gratitude to my performance to my wife or to my children, anything like that, right? Outside us. And then get committed, because today's topic is committed. See, are we, like I said before, 10% committed? We won't accomplish the goal. No, it won't happen. Am I 50% committed? No, that's not either. We got to be totally passionate and send the signals out. Now, that's the other thing I want to talk about, because law of attraction is you don't know whether you will be a millionaire or not one day, but you got to send the signals out. The stronger the signal that I want to be a millionaire, the more and more world is going to come back in your life. The more investors, more customers, more clients. I mean, everybody around us who will be able to catch those waves, just like a radio, right? I always say that, like radio, there are airwaves, music waves around us. They are, right? But Can you catch them? We cannot catch the music waves unless we have a radio or a transmitter and all. So the key thing is for us to capture, and how can people capture our waves if we are strong? If our waves are strong and reaching far beyond our small circle, you know? And that's where it's the law of attraction and manifestation. I know I keep on talking a lot, blah.
No, Vinny, you've got a lot of knowledge, my friend. You've been investing for years. You know, you started from $7 and got to $700 million and still growing. You know, I say you're a billionaire because I know in the next 6 to 8 years you're going to have that $1 billion locked down. And the assisted livings and everything that you're doing, it just is assurance because you've been focused on it. You've been focused on becoming the billionaire, like Vinney Chopra, the billionaire. And Vinny, that commitment level, what I think what most people are missing is commitment. Most people are missing good commitments because it's not that they're not committed, because they are committed to doing exactly what they have been doing. How does somebody decide to commit to doing something new? How does somebody just because they want something new? I know most people don't want the life they have. They don't know what they want, which is the challenge. But how does somebody commit to change and figuring out what they want, or change and committing to something bigger?
That's a very good question. Walter, I remember in my life when I didn't have much and I wanted to be someday become somebody, right? But it's that picture. It's that, some people say, oh, I don't like to write affirmations, and I don't want to have what's that called? Like a picture of who I will be and what lifestyle and what things in different parts of my life, charities and others, and giving special experiences to the family. We got to have a visual board, right? And that is so important because our mind is such, our mind, subconscious mind and conscious mind. So we live most of the life in subconscious mind. Our activities, we don't have to think about, and they just happen, right? We are walking, we are doing this. Our mind is not looking at the feet if it's going one by one, one by one, one by one. So the key thing is for us to train our subconscious mind to really get into the frame of mind of passion and commitment to the cause. See, it boils down to the why, the payoff, and then the leverage, right? Like Tony Robbins, our great mentor, he talks about that. A lot of people get stuck in the past, and we have talked about it. If we are getting stuck in the past and always pulling down ourselves or battering ourselves and really, condemning ourselves, that's not going to do us any good. What's gone? Yesterday is gone. Whether I was 60% of my efforts or 60 or 70 or 80, if I got results or didn't get results, we got to look at today. We got to look at right now. What is happening right now? And then again, be true to ourselves. Because see, the thing is committed. I can say I'm committed to this goal, but then we need to really sit down and look ourselves in the mirror and give feedback. Vinny, did you slough off less yesterday? Did you do the kind of things you wanted to do? Did you accomplish those? And we need to be fair and square in our eyes and say, you know what, that was an experience. It was a bad experience. I did not accomplish what I wanted to do, but I am a great person today. And I'm focused. I'm committed to doing this today. So if we can take care of this 7, 8, 10, 15 hours of today, focused, committed, with a new passion, new desire. And remember that the success is never overnight, right? Rome was never built in a day. I say that all the time. And that's the beauty of it. We got to act. We got to catch momentum.
It's like momentum is kind of a commitment to the same small things every day, continuously recommitting and committing again, and like getting used to measuring small things, because the big success is all based on the little Like if you look at, building a house, it's one brick at a time, and it's the mortar. The mortar holds it all together. The mortar is very small. It's sand. It's
Yeah, yes,
it's very small
yes,
stuff. But if it's not
yes.
mixed properly, the house will fall apart.
So true what you just said. I mean, there is so much knowledge what you just said. See, the thing is, our life is filled of lot of different pieces and stones, we could say, just like we just talked about. And then it's the glue or the mortar that joins it together for us to make the person we are. And we need to reinvent ourselves. See, the thing is, foundation has to be strong for a big tower to be built. But if the commitment is not there, if our foundation is not right, our purpose is not clear, our whys are not there, and a good game plan to serve others is not there, nobody will become a millionaire.
Done.
Nobody.
The dream would be dead before we even started.
Yeah, you got it. No, you got it. You got it.
Vinny, when we started Alchemist Nation, we said there's going to be 1 million people on this platform. That's the goal. That's the beginning goal, is 1 million people on the platform. Can this platform handle 1 million people? Like, that cut out a lot of the software and a lot of the features that we started with, because if it couldn't handle 1 million people, then it wasn't something we wanted to build with. It had to be able to scale.
I love it. I love it. I always have said, and I'm sure lots and lots of people, the attitude of abundance is always should be in our forefront. I never thought I was making $50,000, $30,000 in my life. I started this business. I mean, motivation speaking, 10,000 total income for the whole year, and that was draw against commission, brother. So if you didn't perform, you never ate.
And you had a wife to feed, right?
I know. I remember, my wife said, oh my gosh, she saw promotional consultant and MBA degree and everything, an engineer. She says, oh, he must be making good money. She never asked me what I was making.
So ladies, if you're listening, Vinny just gave you some really good advice. Date number 1, how much do you make?
Oh my gosh, we've been blessed and married 42 years now, with my lovely wife, and we have 2 children, and we live in the Bay Area. Thank you. And
Neil,
the
Monica,
Neil and Monica, they're the pride and joy, and my family. I think that's my biggest success. I say that always. Money will just not get you anywhere. It's the experiences you bring to your family, right? That is the one. That's the main thing.
Vinny, I think so many people miss.
You hear me? Okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's better.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Miss this.
No,
I hear you. Yep. I think people miss this because they think money isn't as important as my family, or my family.
Bring this back here. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, we need.
All right,
the
brother.
earpiece.
Let's see.
I hear you, brother.
Okay, why is it saying like that? Oh, I had tried to do that. Okay, how about now?
I hear you now. You hear me?
Yes, I can.
Back in the game. So I wanted to ask you, because people say a lot, often, oh, well, money's not as important as family, or, money's not important as my health. And I think the truth, Vinny, and I see you walking right now, I see you spending time with your family, and I see you building your business. I think the truth is that they're all important. You can't live without oxygen, you can't live without water, and you can't live without food.
I totally agree.
And you can't live without sleep.
Exactly. You're so right, Walter. I mean, when people say, I don't like money, I don't want to make more money, they're lying. Down deep in their heart, they know by bringing great value to people, I will earn more. See, you got to bring value to people. I mean, the business plan needs to have serving attitude and making sure that we are serving more people every day.
Yeah.
More and more and more and more. And then asking them to even refer more people. That's right. that's the name of the game. And then when the money comes as a byproduct, it comes and it comes in abundance, then you give experiences, but it's a total person. Our roles are every day, so many different roles we have, right? And we got to mix them all together to bring the situation of happiness and bringing uniformity and alignment in the relationships with our wife or spouse or other partner, and then children and all the people. So we do need to be truthful, when we didn't have money, we didn't do much, right? If there is no money, brother, you can have a lot of things on the paper, but if there is no means to fulfill those, right? Or
Right.
travel and so forth. So we do need money to make our life better. And that's why you are on the quest to make 100 millionaires, then we'll make 1,000 millionaires, and then two, and then three, and four. That's the name of the game. But we need to see what are the things that will make them
Yeah.
millionaire, right? What are the things? I would say attitude. Oh my gosh. Just
Attitude.
in mind, just believing that we can be millionaire is so important,
Yeah.
because if we cannot think and believe, we cannot achieve,
Yeah.
right? So we got to totally get focused with, first of all, I want to be. That's the why. The whole
Step
thing, like
one,
we
I
start.
want to be a millionaire. It's necessary.
That's necessary. Exactly. Is it? And am I willing to do the things that the millionaires, when they got there, they had to do certain things, right?
Are you willing to take the right actions to become a
Yeah,
millionaire?
exactly. And that just brings down to commitment, like we started today, right? That's so important, that we are coming in a circle, because we can be thinking, I want to be a millionaire, but not committed to it.
Right.
We could be saying, I want to do this today, but not committed to it, because that is painful, or that is requires education, or that's, requires understanding, the things that, uh, good morning, how are you?
And Vinny,
Lovely day.
you were talking about
Lovely day.
value adding value to people. Like that's a key component. I see you're adding value to people as you're walking by, but for everybody who's listening right now, Vinny created a course called Multifamily Syndication by Vinney Chopra. You go to alchemistnation.com, get access to the course. This is 100% free. This is a resource.
Yes.
If you're looking to increase your income, looking to get to the next level, there is no sales pitch. There is no, hey, send money. This is 100% free. It's part of the mission to build millionaires. Vinney Chopra said, hey, Vinney Smile Chopra said, hey, I'm going to donate this because I believe that people need to syndicate. People need to understand how to raise capital. People need to understand how to add value to others. People understand how to commit to others. And this course that he's put together is extremely valuable and free for you. If you're looking to learn more about making money, learn more about Vinney himself, how he's built his wealth, go to alchemistnation.com and go to courses, and then go to the multifamily syndication dash Vinney Chopra and check it out for yourself. Find out about Vinny's strategy to building himself into a millionaire and then serving millionaires that helps build more millionaires. So Vinny, before we jump out of this, I want to wrap it up with what is a tactical tip that, like, if you were to send a positive message out into the universe today, we do this every Thursday, a positive message. What would you say is your positive belief for people who are looking to commit more today?
No, thank you so much. I think the biggest thing, Walter, I'll say, everybody listening and watching us, is that let's get committed. Let's get committed today, and then write down 3 things. I always say 3 things because our mind is such, we can focus on one thing or one more thing or 3 things, because Ed Milet, I was, listening to his seminar a couple of weeks back, and he came up with the book, One More Thing, right? And of course we had, and the key thing is you got to write down and get focused and get committed. That's the word, committed, which is we are talking about today. So let's get committed to what are the three most important things you want to do today. Something you've been trying to do, you are just unfocused about it, and it's going to serve people around you. In business, in personal life, in every aspect of your life, just those three things. What can we change? See, the thing is, this is very hard. A lot of us want to accomplish a lot of things, but we want to change the world around us, but we don't change ourselves. Oh my gosh, we got to change ourselves. We got to grow our thinking. We got to get educated in whatever we are doing. And how can we serve more people to bring more revenues? Because the profits are made from revenues. Profits are not made from the buildings. We got to make sure that we are serving our residents, yeah, there we go, bro. Look at that. Yeah. Exactly.
Our residents, our investors, our
money
property
will flow in our
managers.
life if we just serve more people. That's it. So what are you in business for? Are you in a W-2 job? Serve people there. W-2. Learn the techniques to get passive incomes. And just like Walter, you said, my whole situation, why I've been successful 15 years, which has changed my life, is by helping other people to get passive incomes. That's all it is. Literally, which is syndication. Legally, putting their investments together into the deals that I, found and I'm finding right now and things like that, that's the key to success, is to make sure that we are finding the avenues for our clients, our investors, or anybody, our people we serve, to get a better experience.
I love it.
So let's get committed to that. Let's get committed to it today and be a better person today than yesterday. If you were lacking in commitment to any cause, if you wanted to really have a great relationship with your spouse or something, and something happened with your children, and you thought that, this is a dying, and I don't want to confront it, I think by getting committed to become a better person and forgiving and forgetting, you could lead a much better life.
Thank you, Vinny. And for everybody who's listening right now, this is Thursday Positivity Brings Profitability with Vinney Chopra and myself, Walter Morello. We aim to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires, which will lead us to 1 million millionaires. Why are building millionaires so important to us? It's because we know what you will soon know is that once you have 1 million, you have financial freedom, the ability to give back freely, and you now have the new goal of becoming a multimillionaire. Cheers to your success, be your choice. Always work with the best. Thank you, Vinny.
Thank you, Walter, brother. See you next week.